Training number 262, topic title for today, the power of your words. I promise you this is going to be very, very powerful. And I'm also going to do a share screen for those who are on the Zoom. I'll make sure that each and every one of you get access to this copy because this is going to be one of the better calls that I've done in quite some time. So again, the power of your words and how that they affect your life. Words are power. Words and mindset are more important than systems, products, and compensation. And the reason why I say that is because words affect all those things, right? The things that we speak out, the things that we think, they affect our life. They affect all of those things. If we're out there, we're promoting systems, products, and compensation, but our words are negative, our words are pessimistic, we're not going to have success no matter what it is that we're marketing, okay? In the end, if your words and your mindset are not right, you will not have a business. If you're talking about how the volume's down, the products don't work, the back office has issues, you will not have success. See, on my team, my customers, my IBOs, they don't ever know because they do not hear negativity from me. They don't. I don't spread negativity to my team. And that's one of the keys to success for all these years is that they always know I'm positive, I'm optimistic. Look, of course we know that there's problems. There's always problems, but whatever we focus on grows. Whatever we focus on expands our life. So we're focused on problems. Guess what? We're probably going to attract ourselves to more problems as well. Okay. Words are life. Your words are life. Write that down. They're a force. They are energy. Literally, your words are an energy. They're a force in your life, either for good or for bad. And so you get to choose if you want to have them as an advantage in your life or a disadvantage. Here's what I believe. They're signposts to other people of what you truly believe in the direction you're heading. For me, I'm going towards Chairman 500. For me, rank number 1 on Go Live. For me, impacting 10,000 people using our products, right? These are signposts to others. What is the direction I'm going? The words that I'm saying on a daily basis are speaking the direction that I'm going. So I'm very careful. Now, am I perfect? No, nobody is. But the words that I think about, the words that I say affect the life that I'm going to live. And in fact, even my own stamina, my own energy, my own marriage, my own business relationship, it's going to affect all of those areas of my life, depending on the words that I'm saying on a daily basis. Here's the thing. You become like the people that you associate with, the people that you are surrounding yourself with all the time. You become like those people. Now, I realize that some of you, as far as hanging around the people, it's more of individuals on social media. So here's what I would basically ask you. Who are the people you are associating with, and are they in support of where you're going, the goals that you have? This is very important for you to understand, because if they're not, guys, I'm going to say maybe with some of these friends, you got to eliminate them from your life. You don't have to announce it to them. You don't have to be rude about it. But for some people, you got to eliminate or at least create distance. If people are not for you, they don't support you, then get those people out of your life. Now, some people would say, well, Brandon, isn't that rude? We're supposed to love everybody. Yes, love all, hang with few. This life is too short. You got to be around eagles. Get rid of the pigeons. Get rid of the crows of your life. They are dragging you down. They are not lifters. They don't lift your spirit. They drag down your spirit. So you got to make sure and be careful about those individuals that you're around. Words have a cost. Unwise words and friendships have destroyed the potential and the abilities of thousands of could-be winners and champions. Think of how many relationships that you have missed out on because you're hanging out with so-and-so. I actually had a good conversation in Netherlands just a few days ago with a good friend of mine. I'm not going to give his name, but there's an individual that he hangs around and associates with almost on a daily basis. And here's what I told him. The reason why you don't make more money is because you're associated with that guy. That's kind of hard to hear, especially when it's one of your best friends. The reason why you don't make more money and have success and more happiness is because you hang around that guy. He actually affects your image. He affects your credibility. Therefore, people are not attracted to your business because of what they think about that guy. Because think about it. That person that you associate with, that person you're talking to, people think it's a reflection of you. So if they don't like that person, they're probably not going to like you. Because what does that say? You're hanging around a person or associated with somebody that you kind of resonate with them, which means you're probably like them. So be very careful. Again, it says that we are to be wise, that fools are destroyed. We are to walk with wise men and women in our life. This is very, very important, okay? Whoever does not increase you will eventually decrease you. There have been people in my past who decreased me. And I say my past because they're no longer in my present or my future. I got rid of those people, okay? They were decreasing me. They were draining my energy. They're toxic people. They're energy vampires, right? Literally sucking the life and energy out of you. You need to be around people that increase you, people that elevate you, people that inspire you, people that edify you. That's why today I have a very small circle of what I would consider friends. I don't mind having a lot of associates, but like friends, people that I'm really talking to consistently, my circle is very small. I'd rather have a couple good friends than 100 friends that are kind of negative influence just to say that I have friends. I don't even care if it's 2 or 3, right? I got my wife, Jamie. I've got my kids. I have my mom and dad. There's a few friends there. Dr. Lee. I don't really need a lot of friends, right? Because those people in my life have a dramatic impact on my spirit, my energy, my motivation, my inspiration, my routines, my rituals. They're either dragging me down or they're pulling me up. They're supporting those things, okay? Words build confidence. I heard for years that life and death are in the power of the tongue, the power of your words. That's what the good book said. And to me, what that says is that if you want to live a life of liberty, a life of freedom, a life of abundance, then speak powerful words over your life. They're either building up your confidence or tearing it down. Remember, what we speak about ourselves a lot of times is actually what is inside of us. So this kind of this internal dialogue that we have, in our mind, what we speak out a lot of times is really what's going on inside of us. They say hurting people hurt people, right? So if they're hurting inside, they say words that are cutting and kind of rude and stuff like that. Sometimes we're hurting inside. And this is why it's important for us to say the things that are not as though they already were. They may not be right now in your life, but you're saying those things in advance as if they already were in your life. Your words are either going to build confidence in you as well as your team, or they're going to tear it down. That's why I said, my team never knows that I'm bleeding. My team doesn't know about my family issues and stuff like that goes on, because the words that I speak about my team and to my team are always positive and uplifting. And believe me, I have issues every day. I literally just had an issue right before this call. I have a fire that I need to put out. It's a pretty big one, but I'm not focused on it because I already know that I'm going to overcome whatever the situation is. You guys need to realize that you are overcomers. Do you realize that you have a 100% success rate for overcoming your problems? I would say that's a pretty good record. You have overcome 100% of all your problems and all of your challenges, right? So focus on where you're going to, not what you're going through, not looking back at what's happened. Forget it. Learn from that, gain wisdom from it. Focus on the now, focus on the future. It's time today to stop talking about setbacks, failures, trials, tribulations, adversities. Sometimes I go to church, and there's no offense to church in general, but when I hear people talk, they're talking about all the problems they're going through, right? Here's what I would say. Why don't we talk about what God is doing for our life? Forget talking about the economy. The economy in heaven is doing great. Think about what God is doing for our life. When you focus on what God is doing right now in your life, it's so big that it makes your problems small. You think that you've got problems? You haven't been to Calcutta, India. Okay? People got all sorts of problems. If you got $10 in your bank account, you have more than 90% of the world. All right? Focus on how big our God is and let those other problems go away. They dissipate, they disappear because we focus on, look, we already know that we're going to win. In the end, he wins and we're with him. We're on his team. We're wearing his jersey. We win. So again, stop talking about the failures. Stop talking about your last company. Stop talking about your divorce. Look, I went through divorce too. But if I focused so much on that divorce, I would have never had the blessing to marry Jamie. I wouldn't have 6 children. I wouldn't have the success I've had in business ever since that. In fact, if you guys want proof, had I not gone through divorce 13 years ago, in fact, it was this month, March of 2010, 13 years ago, I was divorced. That next company that, in fact, I got divorced when I was starting a new company, and I had the biggest amount of success that I've ever had in business in that company. I do not believe it would have happened had I not gone through that. Now, I'm not saying, hey, go get divorced so you can have success. I'm not saying that, but that setback was a setup for a comeback. That was my mentality. This setback is a setup for major comeback. What did Les Brown say? When you have a huge setback, you need to have massive, massive success. And that's what I said. I said, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go up. I'm going to go kill this thing. And that was mentality. And guess what? I did. I went out. I freaking killed that thing. I had 700,000 customers, 300,000 active in a 5-year period of time, doing hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. And so just know, stop talking about all of the problems. First of all, you know what the truth is, and this is going to hurt for some of you guys. You don't want to hear it, but I'm going to say it anyway. When you tell people about your problems, first of all, people don't care. All right. You think that they do. They actually don't give a rip. Second is they are glad you are the one that's got the problems and not them. They're glad that it's you and not them. So stop talking about the problems and start focusing on how good life is. No matter what your situation is, the only way that you can go from the pit to the palace is to start talking like an eagle. All right. Okay. Words are influence. Control your mouth. Discipline your mouth. Discipline your words. It influences and it programs the people that are on your team. Ask yourself, what am I projecting to others? And this goes with my kids. If the only thing that I'm projecting to my kids is that dad is disappointing us, then that is a me problem. So there are times where I'm getting on my kids and, telling them they need to get certain things done. But if I'm not following that stuff up with love, there's chastisement, but then it says to follow it up with love. If all I'm talking about is discipline and what they're not doing, they're going to end up resenting me, right? What am I projecting to my spouse? Am I just frustrated with her, frustrated with the kids, frustrated with my home situation? There's no doubt. Look, when you have a family of 8 people, 6 children, 5 girls and 1 boy, there are many opportunities to be frustrated. I can promise you that. There are problems, there are drama, there are issues. But if I keep thinking about it, if I keep saying it, if I'm projecting those things, I'm just going to continue to get more of that into my life. So control your mouth, control your words, discipline your words, discipline your thoughts, okay? Your future success is set in motion by your words. You want to have success in the future? 5 years from today, your future is dependent on what you're saying right now. The last 6 months, last 12 months, the next 12 months, 5 years from today will become a reality, good or bad, in your life. And you are the one who gets to determine that. My rank in the future for my business is dependent on what I say, think, and do today. It's not the company. It's not politics. It's not me getting stuff moved around. No, it's what I think. It's what I say, and it's what I do. Nobody else. My future is dependent on what I do, what I say about my life on a daily basis. Okay? Be talking in the direction that you want to go. Stop talking about where you are. Stop talking about where you've been. All right? Talk about the direction that you want to go. And that is a major key to success. Words determine destiny. You're never going to reach a palace talking like a peasant. Stop talking like a peasant. You can find that in all the scriptures. They don't have peasants coming to the palace. Okay. If they were, they're going to get beat up and killed. All right. So words determine your destiny. Failures, what do? They talk about problems. They focus on problems. Winners talk about possibility. They talk about opportunity. They talk about abundance. Stop talking about your back office. Stop talking about your volume. Stop talking about how you're losing trades. Stop focusing on the problems unless you want more problems. Now, some people say, Brandon, I don't believe that stuff that you attract more problems in your life. Here's what I believe. If your focus is on problems, you're going to get more problems. I don't know how it happens, What I know is it just does. I don't know if it's God. I don't think God actually has anything to do with it, to be honest. I don't know if it's the laws of the universe. All I know is that it happens because you're focused on problems. And now it's almost as if you are looking for problems. See, I knew that was going to happen. All I get in my life is red lights. I never get the good parking spots, right? This always happens to me. Constantly focusing on problems. That's a victim mindset. Focus on joy. Focus on abundance. Focus on how things are good in your life. Failures talk about obstacles. Winners talk about opportunities. Okay? Look, we all got obstacles. Do you know that those obstacles are a blessing? You look at them like a curse. You look at them like the former Berlin Wall in Germany, right? Those are opportunities. If you didn't have those obstacles, you would not be where you're at today. Remember, you're 100% overcomer. You've overcome every trial and adversity. Some of you are going through right now. You're going to overcome that one. It'll be a thing in the past that you talk about. You're going to overcome it. All right? The words you speak and hear over and over and over again, they affect what you believe and the actions that you take. I can say, I can raise my hand. The words that you speak and you hear over and over again. You know what the Bible says? Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. Now, the King James Version says faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. What you hear over and over again, you'll eventually believe. So they affect what you believe and the actions you take. In fact, a lot of people, they're not even taking enough action because they don't believe. They have thought and spoken the words long enough. They no longer believe. All right. Very, very important for you to understand that your words, affect you. So think about this today. How do my words affect me physically? Oh, absolutely they do. Physically, I remember certain thoughts I had and words that I was saying years ago. When I would go to the gym, normally I would be easily repping out doing sets of 225 pounds on bench press, like 20 reps. There were days I'd get there 135 pounds on the bench where I'd start off with, and it was like I was benching 225. They absolutely affect you physically. They affect your walk. They affect all of your energy, your stamina, and everything. So again, you've got to discipline your words, discipline your thoughts. This is something that we need to be working on a daily basis, okay? Here's kind of a call to action I have for you guys today. I want you to go on a 30-day fast from negativity. I want you to start speaking words of faith and power into your own life and into those who are on your team if you have it, and see what starts to happen. Think about that. If you were to say, man, for the next 30 days, and you don't have to be perfect, okay? Because I'm not perfect, but start speaking words of faith and power into your own life. I think that you'll see 30 days from now, you feel like a transformed person, almost like you've been born again. You're like a new person. You feel so much better. You feel so much more energy. What good does it do to focus on the problems, to focus on the economy, to focus on if Donald Trump is going to go to jail, to focus on what Biden said, to focus on the bombings and the next virus coming? It doesn't do any good in our life. Stop focusing on those things. Go on a 30-day fast. That's my challenge to you guys today, is to go on that fast. I mean, look, what do you have to lose? What do you have to risk? The only thing that can happen, that I can guarantee, the only thing that can happen is that your life will improve. That's a guarantee. I mean, you can't fail. If you do that, your life will improve, which means the other areas of your life will improve as well. Guys, that is my message for you today. If you want access to my PowerPoint presentation, go to Brandon Boyd Official. I only have one Instagram account. Go on Instagram, send me a message. I'm going to give you access to the recording of this call, and I'm going to give you access to my slides as well. I want to make sure you guys have this. This is a very important subject. Your words determine your future. I only know that because I've gone through it myself, knowing the words that I say, the thoughts that I think create the actions that I take or don't take, which then creates the results of my life. That's what I believe. If you believe that, put an amen inside that chat box. And I look forward to seeing you on our next session. Have a great day, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.